What if one player could change the future of an entire country? Not by winning a Grand Slam, not by becoming world number one, but simply by walking onto the court. Because that's exactly what Alex Eala is about to do. For decades, the Philippines had never produced a tennis player capable of competing with the world's elite. Now, a 21-year-old is doing something no Filipino, man or woman, has ever done before. And the most unbelievable part? Just a few months ago, almost nobody saw this coming. Imagine millions of people stopping what they're doing for one tennis match. In Manila, sports bars begin filling hours before the first serve. Traffic slows as fans rush to find a screen. Across the world, Filipino communities prepare to watch together from London, Melbourne, Toronto, Dubai, and beyond. The excitement isn't just about another Wimbledon match. It's about history. Because when Alex Eala steps onto the grass at Wimbledon as the tournament's 29th seed, she isn't simply representing herself. She's carrying the hopes of an entire nation. And that changes everything. To understand why this moment matters, you have to understand where she started. Before Alex Eala, the highest-ranked Filipina in tennis history reached world number 284. Alex entered Wimbledon ranked inside the world's top 30. Think about that for a second. She didn't just break a record. She shattered it. She erased a gap of more than 250 ranking places that had stood for an entire generation. That's not normal progress. That's a complete transformation of what seemed possible. But here's what makes the story even more incredible. This breakthrough happened on the surface she had the least experience playing. Grass. The same grass that has humbled some of the greatest players in tennis history. Only weeks earlier, Alex was competing in Germany at a tournament many casual fans barely noticed. Yet something happened there that spoke volumes. She teamed up in doubles with none other than Venus Williams. Yes, the Venus Williams. Five-time Wimbledon singles champion. One of the greatest athletes tennis has ever seen. Legends don't randomly choose partners. Afterward, Venus praised Alex's competitiveness and said she'd gladly play alongside her again. That may sound like a simple compliment, but inside professional tennis, respect from champions isn't handed out. It's earned. Without realizing it, many fans overlooked what was actually happening. This wasn't Alex arriving on the big stage. This was the tennis world quietly acknowledging that she already belonged there. But every great story needs tension. And Alex's biggest challenge wasn't standing across the net. It was standing inside her own mind. Her first-round opponent was experienced, talented, dangerous. But that wasn't the real obstacle. The real pressure came from somewhere much larger. More than 110 million Filipinos were watching. Many had never seriously followed professional tennis before. Now they had someone to believe in. Someone making them dream. That's a weight few athletes ever experience. Especially at only 21 years old. The challenge became even greater because Alex was still learning. Believe it or not, this was only her second Wimbledon main draw. She wasn't a grass court veteran. She hadn't spent years mastering the surface. Only a few months earlier, grass was practically unfamiliar territory. Yet suddenly she was expected to perform like she'd belonged there forever. That kind of expectation can crush careers, unless you know how to control it. Fortunately, Alex had already found her answer. When asked about all the attention surrounding her, she gave a response that revealed exactly why she's different. She said pressure only has the power you allow it to have. Simple, calm, powerful. Most athletes spend years trying to master that mindset. Alex already lives by it. Now the question wasn't whether the pressure existed. The question was whether she could keep believing her own words once the match began. Thankfully, her results suggested she could. Because the ranking that earned her a Wimbledon seed wasn't based on hype. It was earned. Only weeks before Wimbledon, Alex captured her first professional grass court title at the Birmingham Open. The championship match lasted 3 exhausting sets. Momentum shifted repeatedly. Every point mattered. When it was finally over, Alex stood as champion. Her first grass title. Her second WTA 125 trophy. And perhaps the first sign that something extraordinary was beginning. Most players celebrate a breakthrough like that. Alex barely had time. Another challenge was already waiting. Berlin, one of the strongest tournaments before Wimbledon. And immediately, the draw gave her one of the toughest possible opponents. Donna Vekic. Fresh off winning another major grass event. Many expected Alex's run to end before it truly began. Instead, she won. In straight sets. Suddenly, people started paying attention. But the next match looked even worse, because standing on the other side of the net was Elena Rybakina, a Grand Slam champion, one of the world's very best players, exactly the type of opponent rising stars usually lose to. Except, Alex didn't. She played fearless tennis. She attacked early, controlled the rallies, and shocked the tennis world. The victory instantly became the biggest win of her career. But somehow, she still wasn't finished. Next came Elina Svitolina, former world-class star, one of the toughest competitors on tour. Again, Alex won. 3 elite opponents, 3 huge victories, back-to-back. Suddenly, this wasn't an upset anymore. It wasn't luck. It wasn't a hot streak. It was proof. Proof that Alex Eala belonged among tennis's biggest names. And perhaps even more importantly, proof that the Philippines finally had someone capable of competing with the world's best. For years, tennis had been dominated by the same powerhouse nations, countries with massive training systems, historic academies, generations of champions. The Philippines wasn't one of them. Not even close. There was no blueprint, no established pathway, no history of producing elite professionals. Alex wasn't following in someone's footsteps. She was creating the path herself, and millions were beginning to follow. But what happened next wasn't just about winning matches. It was about changing an entire sport. Wherever Alex traveled, something unusual started happening. In Australia, Filipino fans lined up hours before her matches. In Birmingham, healthcare workers and families filled the stands waving Philippine flags. In Berlin, students, engineers, and overseas Filipinos turned ordinary courts into home games. It didn't matter where she played. The crowd kept growing. The chants kept getting louder. For the first time, tennis wasn't just attracting traditional fans. It was bringing together an entire community. And people inside the sport noticed. Former world number 4 Mary Jo Fernandez described it perfectly. She said Alex was bringing an entirely new audience to professional tennis. Think about that. Not a new champion. Not a new contender. A new audience. That's something even many Grand Slam winners never accomplish. Then there was another voice that carried even more weight. Venus Williams, a legend who had seen generations of players come and go. After sharing the court with Alex, Venus didn't talk about potential. She talked about competitiveness, about professionalism, about wanting to play together again. Those aren't compliments you give to someone who's simply having a lucky month. Those are the words reserved for someone who belongs. And that's exactly what the tennis world was beginning to realize. Alex Eala wasn't knocking on the door anymore. She had already stepped inside. But every fairy tale has one important lesson. Progress is never perfect. Eventually, her incredible run came to an end. She fell in the Berlin semifinals. For some players, that would have felt like failure. For Alex, it became another lesson. Because champions aren't defined by undefeated streaks. They're defined by how quickly they grow after defeat. Even some of her toughest opponents praised her game. One rising American star described Alex as someone who takes the ball incredibly early, calling her one of the most dangerous players on tour. That respect matters, because athletes rarely exaggerate the strengths of someone they've competed against. If your rivals are calling you dangerous, you're doing something right. Now everything pointed toward Wimbledon, the biggest stage in tennis, the tournament every child dreams of playing. But there was one more twist, one that sounded almost too perfect to be true. If Alex won her opening match, and another tennis legend won hers, the two would face each other in the next round. Imagine that, a young Filipina rewriting history, standing across the net from one of the greatest players the sport has ever known. The media loved the possibility. Fans couldn't stop talking about it. But Alex refused to look ahead. When asked about the dream matchup, her answer revealed exactly why she'd come this far. She smiled and said she'd love the opportunity. But first, she had to earn the second round.
No distractions. No assumptions.
Just the next match. That's the mindset of someone chasing greatness. Sometimes we forget how impossible this journey really was. The Philippines is one of the most populated countries on Earth. Yet for decades, tennis remained a niche sport. Basketball dominated. Boxing produced national heroes. Professional tennis barely had a roadmap. There were talented players, passionate fans, but there wasn't a clear path to the world's biggest tournaments. Until Alex. She's doing for Philippine tennis what pioneers like Li Na did for China. What Sanya Mirza did for India. Not simply winning matches, but inspiring millions of children to believe they belong. Because representation changes everything.